Muniland. Muniland. Analysis and opinion home. Follow Muniland. The story behind state business incentives. Kate Long. October 4, 2013, 1618 UTC. State taxes. Louise Story of the New York Times made an epic journalism effort late last year when she documented the level of state business incentives made to corporate entities. The team arrived at the massive number of $80 billion per year of state and local inducements that go to private firms. From their reporting, the Times investigation has examined and tallied thousands of local incentives granted nationwide and has found that states, counties and cities are giving up more than $80 billion each year to companies. The beneficiaries come from virtually every corner of the corporate world, encompassing oil and coal conglomerates, technology and entertainment companies, banks and big box retail chains. State tax collections totaled $794 billion in 2012. So the $80 billion figure would equal about 10% of state tax collections. Does spending 10% of state revenues spur economic activity? If it does, it could be a bargain. From the Times again. The full accounting, the Times discovered, is not possible because the incentives are granted by thousands of government agencies and officials, and many do not know the value of all their awards. Nor do they know if the money was worth it because they rarely track how many jobs are created. Even where officials do track incentives, they acknowledge that it is impossible to know whether the jobs would have been created without the aid. After the series ran, Kansas Senator J. Elmer, who was 2012 chair of the Council of State Governments, led a working group of state officials to look at how incentives fit into a larger discussion of economic development. Key findings for the group included: Continue reading. Puerto Rico's moral hazard. Kate Long. October 3, 2013, 1441 UTC. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's short-term funding needs are sending out warning bells. The Padilla administration has been pushing the Commonwealth Legislative Assembly to agree to an increase in the sales use tax to 3.5% from 2.75%. Was this diverted revenue, the government could issue a third series of COFINA bonds for approximately $2 billion. This third tranche would be subordinate to the first two series of COFINA bonds, but have higher ratings than PR general obligations bonds and other public authority debt. The additional COFINA debt may be needed for short-term borrowing done through private placements. El Nuevo Dia reports on the action in the Legislative Assembly translated from Spanish. Although they stress there is no rush to go to the markets, the principal officers of the prosecution team of Alejandro Garcia Padilla administration today defended the move in a joint public hearing of finance committees in the House and Senate. Continue reading. The unintended consequences of flood insurance reform. Kate Long. October 1, 2013, 1906 UTC. FEMA vertical line flood insurance. Vertical line Hurricane Sandy. Hurricanes Katrina and Sandy left about $220 billion in total property damages in their wake. Katrina caused approximately $16 billion in flood damages and required the flood insurance program overseers, FEMA, to borrow from the U.S. Treasury to cover insured losses. Losses from Sandy could push FEMA borrowing from the U.S. Treasury to $28 billion when all claims are paid. Congress acted in July 2012 to restore the program to solvency with the passage of the Biggert-Waters Act. Now, as the new flood insurance premiums take effect, an outcry against FEMA and Congress has grown in force. The new rates are tightly targeted. According to data from FEMA, approximately 250,000 households out of over 5 million households in the program will see substantial premium increases. Insurance Journal drills down more deeply. Continue reading. Will Stockton go the way of Valley Ho? Kate Long. September 30, 2013, 1705 UTC. Bankruptcy vertical line Stockton. Late Friday, the city of Stockton, California released its plan of adjustment for how it intends to treat its creditors in bankruptcy. The plan has been in the works since the city filed for protection under Chapter 9 of the United States Bankruptcy Code on June 28, 2012. Stockton City Council will vote on the plan this week, on October 3. On inspection, the plan looks a lot like the failed adjustment for formerly bankrupt Valley Ho, California, which continues to suffer massive operating deficits. The lead bankruptcy attorney for both Stockton and Valley Ho is Sacramento-based lawyer Mark